Let's talk about green banking. So this is a phrase that you might have heard of, and it's a phrase that you might not fully understand. So I wanted to talk about what green banking is and the things that you can do to be more ethical around how you use your money. So welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. I'm Shanna Jessup, and I label this channel as an eco-friendly personal finance site. So the issue of green banking is like foundation in this whole channel. So I think it's really important that we have a whole video about it and we address what this exactly means for you and why it might be something you want to think a little bit more about. So if you're interested in spending your money on environmentally friendly things, or you're trying to be more eco-friendly, then the chances are you're thinking about reducing your waste, you're using less plastic, you might have like reusable straws, you take a water bottle with you, you've got like a bamboo toothbrush, and all of these things are great and they have a really important impact on the planet. But something you might not have actually thought about is, what is your money doing? Like, I think it's easy for us to think about like, oh, I'm not going to spend my money in that shop because they do bad things, but actually is the root cause of some of the environmental issues actually where you're keeping your money or where you're borrowing your money from? And this is what the whole idea of green banking is about. So what is the problem then? So a lot of the major banks, particularly the high street banks, also have an investment side of their business. So when you use them for your banking, they're also going to loan that money out, or they're going to invest some of that money into businesses that are doing unethical things. So this could mean investing in things like fossil fuels, or it could be like firearms, or it could be that they're investing in businesses that are maybe not supporting their communities, or they're polluting the planet. So you might be going around and doing all sorts of great things to be environmentally friendly, but ultimately where you're putting your money and how it's being used by these institutions is having a significant impact on the planet. Now, this involves everything from your current account, your ISAs, your pensions, your mortgages, your loans, your credit cards. Any sort of point of contact that you have with some sort of financial institution likely means that you have money invested in places, or you are encouraging investment in places that are damaging the environment, impacting on climate change, polluting the planet, and just impacting the future of everybody and everything that lives on planet Earth. So what can you do then? Well, the answer is green banking, and it really takes you to give a good hard look at the sort of institutions that you are using around your money. So the first step can be to think about your actual bank account. So think about maybe your current account. Can you switch from one of the big players that are likely supporting things like fossil fuels to a greener bank? So there are some really good examples of this. So there's a bank called Triodos whose whole kind of ethos is around being a green bank and using ethical investments. So they don't do anything that involves fossil fuels or firearms or military technology. Even things like fracking and Arctic drilling and mining and these sorts of things, they do not want anything to do with it. Starling Bank, the app, is also known as being a fairly ethical bank, and they avoid a lot of the same things that Triodos do. They are not focused on putting your money or investing within their business into companies that do these bad things. So switching your bank account is the first step, because that means you are not encouraging the banks that are investing in these bad things, and instead you're supporting the ones that are doing the good things. The next step is to look at your savings accounts. You have a few more options here. So Triodos and Starling also have savings options, but there are others, such as the Ecology Building Society and Charity Bank. There are some other savings options out there as well, but there are various risks involved in those, so you need to look carefully at the type of savings options that are available to you and what that might mean for your personal situation. So when you're saving, you're storing your money, and these banks or building societies, whatever they are, might use your savings and loan it out to other people while you're not using it. This is typically where you get higher interest rates for the longer that you're prepared to lock away your savings. So when you save your money in banks and building societies that are doing good things for the planet, you're actually encouraging more good things and not encouraging the bad things. So the next step on your green banking switch, I suppose, is to look at your investments. So where are you investing your money? So when you're investing in funds, it's likely that there are some companies in there that don't align with your morals and your ethics around how they look after the planet. Now, there are some investments that are called like ethical funds, or they might be like non-fossil fuels funds, or sometimes they're called ESG, which stands for environmental, social and governance. These funds are focused on doing ethical and good things environmentally, and they remove any of the companies that are doing the nasty stuff. Now, your investments include things like your pensions or your stocks and shares ISAs, so make sure you're looking exactly where your money is going and see if there are any more eco-friendly options out there. Other things to consider around your banking is things like mortgages. The Ecology Building Society, they offer a mortgage, so like an eco-friendly mortgage, so that might be one option for you. There are other building societies, and building societies in general are considered more ethical and environmentally friendly, but it really depends on the one that you pick. So have a look at the ones that are available. A kind of more high street name brand, like Nationwide, they're generally considered environmentally friendly, or at least more so than kind of the mainstream high street banks. So have a look at that as an option if you want to get, say, maybe a loan or a mortgage, just so that you can make sure that the interest that you're paying is not going towards some bank or corporation that's actually reinvesting that money into bad industries. So the real message here is to put your money where your morals are. We can all be like slugging away trying to do things about, like making sure we're recycling and we're all walking to the shops rather than taking the car. But it's actually been shown that what we do with our money and the choices that we make around our investments and our finances can have a more significant impact than these small things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. And the more of us that stand up and say, actually, no, I don't want my money going to these companies. I want it to go to the companies that are doing good things for the planet, the more companies are going to wake up and start making eco-friendly changes. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Make sure you check me out on my other social media channels. I'm looking after your pennies on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can visit my website too, lookingafteryourpennies.com, and let me know in the comments, are you doing eco-friendly banking? Are you a green banker, or are you looking to make some changes in the future? Let me know, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.